welcome to a contest entry video. Yes, thought I'd squeeze one of these in very quickly while I'm in the middle of editing my 24-hour movie marathon 4 video. In fact, I'm waiting for some of it to finish rendering right now. I'm doing it in segments because it's so long. So I figured I'd film a quick video and enter a competition by Feno2806, who is a very good YouTuber who you should check out if you haven't already. This is for his 250 subscribers contest giveaway thingy majiggy. And the subject was something that I'm very passionate about, so I figured I would get involved and throw my name into the hat as well, as you should too. He's extended by a week, so I think that the competition ends on the 1st of June, something like that. So if you want to get involved, great prize to win, then definitely go over to his channel. I'll put a link in the description down below, and you can go check out his video and his other videos and his channel, etc. So the question he asked, there's only one question for this competition: what is your favourite animated film? And I'm pretty sure he wants to know why as well. Now this is a film that I have talked about quite a lot on my channel already. I've done a close look at the Blu-ray, I've done a 45+ minute review which also featured me reading stuff from the interviews from the director and telling a very long personal story, but I think I also talked about it in another video. I did a guest spot on Thomas Pollock's channel as well about it, so I've kind of talked about this film to death, so I keep it short and sweet and try and compartmentalize my thoughts on it. But basically, my favourite animated film of all time is Porco Rosso, and this is a 1993 film, Japanese film. It's from the Studio Ghibli series, I guess. It's from that studio, and it's directed by Hayao Miyazaki, who is one of my favourite directors of all time, live action included. Such a genius storyteller, and this is not his best film, but it's my favourite. And again, would I say this is the best animated film of all time? Not at all. Would I even say it's in the top 10 animated films of all time? Probably not, to be honest, but it's my favourite because it just speaks to me. It just speaks to everything that I love, basically. Just every frame of this film to me is just beautiful. And it stars, well, I guess it does star. I guess this is the reason I found it. It was a couple of years ago. Should I even tell the story? Should I tell the story? Okay, I'll tell the story. I'll try and be brief, but when I was a young kid, I watched this film with my grandpa, who's long since passed away, but when I was a kid I watched this film with him, and it was this animated film, and there was this fat ugly guy flying a plane, and he was like, "You bastard," and I kind of looked at my grandpa like that, and he looked at me, and we were both just like in shock, and then he was like, there you go then. We just carried on watching. Just one of those random memories that you have, and I never knew what the film was until 2 years ago, when I was getting ready to do a whole series on my channel called Michael Keaton Month. I was going to review and watch every film that Michael Keaton has done. He's my favourite actor. And I noticed in his filmography that he had done an English voice dub for Disney on a Studio Ghibli film called Porco Rosso. And I read the description. It was like a humanoid pig pilot, and I was like, hang on, a fat ugly pilot, a fat ugly pig pilot? It can't be that film, can it? So I watched it, and it was like 18 years after I'd seen it when I was a kid. And it was just like, oh, it was a rush of nostalgia and emotions, because it was the film, and I'd been actively trying to find out what it was for years, and I finally found it while doing something that I really wanted to do. It was interesting, and then it just became my favourite animated film as soon as I watched it, and it had nothing to do really with the nostalgia that was involved and the personal connection I had to it. It was more to do with the fact that just everything about it I loved. The music is gorgeous. It's just some of Joe Hisaishi's best work, in my opinion. The animation is beautiful. You know, it's a film about flying. It's Miyazaki's love letter to flying. I mean, every one of his films almost has some kind of flying contraption and a scene that takes place in the clouds. But I think that this one, maybe Castle in the Sky is even more of a love letter to flying. But this one, I guess this one's more grounded in reality, because it's about literally planes, like seaplanes and pilots and things like that. It's not too far removed from reality, like say Nausicaa or Castle in the Sky, etc. Of course, there's The Wind Rises, his final film, which came out a couple of years ago, that's all about flying as well. But for me, this is his best flying film, and again, it's my favourite film of his. And it's about a guy called Porco Rosso. He's a pilot who's a former World War I pilot, and well, I won't go into why, but he basically is like a humanoid pig. He didn't always look like that, but he's been cursed to look like this kind of walking, talking pig. And I love the way it resolves itself as well, because it's not a final resolution, and also it's not one of those kind of, oh, it was a witch who put a spell on him, or he was cursed, or anything like that. It's much more introspective and deep than that, I think. And that's another thing I love about the film, is how subtle it can be, because at times it's a very colourful and wild adventure that's, you know, very easy for kids to watch and things like that, and it's a lot of fun. But there are these quieter moments which you don't really see in Western animation a lot, and just, you know, where the characters slow down for a minute and you just get to kind of breathe them a little bit and also learn a bit more about them. Particularly this one scene where Porco was talking about his experience in World War I. Just an amazing scene. But yeah, not a perfect film, you know, but it's my favourite. I absolutely love it. I keep coming back to it. This is the Japanese Blu-ray edition. I was so lucky that when I discovered this film, or rediscovered it I suppose, my fiancée was in Japan at the time, so she managed to pick this up for me in a second-hand store in Tokyo. So, how much is it? It was like 6,000 yen or something like that. Well, I guess it wasn't too much cheaper than normal, but either way it was cheaper to buy it over there. Sorry, Facebook. Ping! Because these Japanese Ghibli editions on Blu-ray are quite expensive to import and buy, which is unfortunate because I'd love to have all of them, but at least I have my favourite here. It's a great edition. It has the French version, the English version, the Japanese version. The swearing that I mentioned earlier was on the first English dub. The Disney dub obviously doesn't have him saying "you bastard." And another note as well is that I always watch the original language for any film, not just animation, any foreign film. But with this one, I watched the English one because Michael Keaton is awesome in it. He's so subtle, so reserved, and he does such a great job. He's almost underplaying it too much, really, but I just love his performance as Porco, and so I kind of generally go to the English version, even though I've watched the Japanese one. And I want to check out the French one too, because I think Miyazaki said that's his favourite version, which is interesting. It makes me feel not too bad about preferring the English version. But there you go, Porco Rosso. Definitely check it out. My phone's ringing now. Oh man, I'll leave this in. I'll probably annoy my fiance by not answering the phone, because I want to just get this done. Yeah, so go check out Feno2806 on YouTube. Check out his videos. He did a massive Blu-ray update recently, which was incredible. Lots of great films, and yeah, he does reviews and things as well. Go check him out. Get involved with the contest as well, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and also quickly before I go, special thanks to my Patreon supporters: Ryan Chataway, Jody Wood, Jonas Olson, and Vezius. Cheers.
Really nice guy, he looks after his friends, he only chucks them about the place a couple of times on the weekend. Yeah, he's alright by me, apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool.